Hello and welcome back to another amazing episode of the Speak Life podcast. We are so excited to have you with us for another wonderful week. I am your host, Minister Phoenix, alongside my beautiful wife and amazing co-host.
Oh, thank you, babe. All right, welcome to the Speak Life podcast. This is your co-host, the one and only Sheikah. We're so happy you tuned in today.
Yes, indeed. Another beautiful episode. And, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop those comments. Those comments are what fuels our conversations. There's oftentimes we have these continuing conversation episodes where, people want to hear a little bit more, want to jump into topics more. So make sure you comment.
Yes.
And we can move from those comments to other episodes and other conversations. Shout out to our faithful listeners who tune in week after week. Whenever an episode drops, y'all got y'all notifications turned on. So when the episode drops, you get it. We love y'all.
And we have some new listeners.
Yeah, we love y'all. So faithful listeners, we love and appreciate y'all.
New
listeners, we love and appreciate y'all too. We love all of our listeners. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep the podcast moving. If you haven't gotten a copy of the book, When Three Roads Collide, a memoir of God's grace, go cop the book. I ain't even going to say much about that. Go cop the book. It's a blessing. If you read it, it will bless you. Go cop the book. You can get it anywhere they sell books online. And it, like I said, it's a good read.
It is a good read. And it's on Goodreads.
And it's on Goodreads, along with many other platforms that you can copy. Amazon. I could go down the list, but I'm just not going to do it.
Just put the name in.
Just hit it in Google and you'll just see, bam. Oh, that's them. Yes, it's us. We did that. All right. Now, this week, we are going to be talking about something that I feel is very, very important. And it's this concept of using your time effectively. Using your time effectively. Now, in the past few weeks, just to give you some backstory of where this conversation came from, in the past few weeks, we've been seeing a lot of just sudden losses. There's been a lot of sudden loss of life and family and around church and things like that. So we just wanted to talk a moment about what it means to use your time effectively. Now, when you think of, just to start off our conversation.
Yes.
When you think of using your time effectively, what comes to mind? What do you think, we mean by that?
So when I think of using your time effectively, I'm thinking of like not stressing the nonsense, right? Just point blank, like using your time effectively. Know what to give energy to and what not to give energy to.
She's speaking, people.
And it's not easy because I fall short all the time when it comes to that. So it's definitely not easy, but it's something that you just have to practice. And just say, not today to negativity. I'm reading a book that says not today negativity, right? So it's like, just know when to say, you know what? Not today. Even though things that comes your way may try to put you into a box or try to get you upset, like, just be like, you know what? Not today. And just know when to give energy to, like, or what to give energy to, right? It's not everything you need to give energy to.
That's a word.
Not everything.
Well,
So pick and choose what you're going to spend time on, what you're going to make more effective in your life. Like, what circumstances, what are you going to try? What are you going to do when certain things come your way? Like, what are you going to say? Like, how are you going to approach whatever it is, right? So it's not everything you need to give energy to, not everything that needs to have access to you. So
I like it. Now with me, when I say this a lot, we got to use our time effectively. I like to think of it like this: what is going to be the most important stuff that I'm going to put my time and energy towards? And I like how you said it's not everything you need to give energy to, but I always look at it and I think about, like, where is my time going to be most effective and most appreciated when I use it? Because at the end of the day, here, the fact of the matter is this: we don't know how much of this here time we got. We don't know how much we're guaranteed. We don't know when that time limit is going to be just cut off. And I always say, we know how long an hour is, we know how long a minute is, we know how long a week and a year is, but we never know how long our lifespan is. Nope. It's like we know we're born and one day our time's going to be up and we're going to die. So it's like we have to use this time that we have as effective as possible, pouring it in the right places, spending it on the right things, allocating this energy and our resources to things that we deem to be important and we deem to be beneficial, So I like to think of it like that, how can I use this in the best way?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now this one's going to get interesting and I'll talk about this a little more. What are some of the things we waste our time on?
People.
She said the P word. She said the P word, people. She said people.
Because I feel like sometimes, honestly, and sometimes you think of things that people have done, and sometimes it's not even anything, right? Sometimes, it's all in your head where you're like, okay, so-and-so didn't look at me too right. And then you start overthinking it and thinking oh, what did I do? Or so-and-so didn't return my call. What? So honestly, I feel like you're wasting time. You're sitting there wondering oh, what's their problem? What did I do? And it's but it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I just got busy and I just forgot that I was supposed to call you back.
I stay on that busy side too.
So sometimes it's really nothing, but sometimes we get so caught up into our head thinking oh, it's because of this or what, just stop. It's not that serious. And
so I'm the king of not calling people back too.
Yeah, but
I'll be
so
bad at that.
It's a lot of times we as people waste our time on people, just thinking and just worrying about stuff that's it's not that serious. It's not a big of a deal. Stop making things so serious and stop making things stop giving energy to certain things that's not, don't need your energy. It's not worth it. So I say people because I think that's something that we all struggle with, and just wondering and thinking about, oh, well, this one could have done this differently, or why is this one doing this and why is that one doing that? How about we start looking at ourselves?
Woo.
and and just trying to make ourselves better, right? Instead of making everyone else better. We oftentimes we're so busy trying to focus on making other people better when we ourselves need to sit back and really think about ourselves and look into our own lives, and worry about that. So I just think that, we just waste too much time on people.
Wow. I'm gonna take what you said even a step further. I'm gonna agree with the people piece. I agree. We do waste a lot of time on people. And this is what I mean, because I want to make sure it's utterly clear. Yeah. We waste our time holding grudges with people.
Oh.
Yeah. We waste our time with unforgiveness with people. Yeah. We waste our time envying people. We waste our time being jealous of people. We waste our time not liking people. There's so many different areas where we just need to just get our lives together.
Yeah.
Seriously, because it's we waste our time comparing ourselves to people. What people all up in other people's business. Oh, what they doing? Why they doing this? Why ain't they doing that? Why they doing it this way? Why they doing it that way? Where we could be so much more impactful with the time that we have and the life that we have if we really focused our energies on the right thing.
Yep. Amen.
And that one's serious, because it's God forbid, and this is where, my mind has been in the past few weeks. It's with seeing how quick, and how I always say time goes by so quick. It's it doesn't take a lot for things to change. It doesn't take a lot for a change in health to cause life to be very, very different. And it's God forbid, if anything happens to us, to any of us, we don't want to be sitting there wishing that we would have done things differently.
Yeah.
Wishing that we would have used the time that we have on the things that's important. Wishing that, we could have caused those relationships to be different, caused those, relationships with people to be different, caused those relationships with family to be different, anything that needs to be resolved to be different, because like I said, nobody knows when their time is up. So it's like you have to literally live your life in a manner in which you're like, you know what? If it all left today, you know what? I did the best with the time that I had.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but I feel like sometimes, it's not you, the person. Like, we talk about unforgiveness, right? We talk about, well, you talked about unforgiveness.
Yeah, I dropped that in there.
But my thing is that sometimes you forgive the person, but then the person won't let it go.
Well, that's their business. I'm talking about like on your end.
Okay.
On your end, because there's some relationships, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like,
there's some relationships you can only do so much, and then you just gotta kind of wash your hands of it. You're like, yo,
I love you from a distance.
I did my part.
You
clearly still got some stuff on your mind that you need to deal with, but that ain't got, as long as that ain't got nothing to do with you, then you straight on that, Next question. So, how can we use our time more effectively?
I mean, I know for me, I just need to I tell myself I'm going to read more.
Tell your truth.
Right? I'm going to read
more. Speak your
more.
truth, sis. Speak your truth.
I have to keep my mind busy. And when I say busy, I mean not busy stressing the nonsense, not busy worrying about people, not busy wondering like, what's going on with this one? Why are they acting like this towards, like, I don't got time for that. So this is my
your own
declaration,
personal,
my own is that I am going to use my time more effectively and read more. And anything, like, just read more, so that that's my way of keeping my mind busy. So I'm not thinking about everything else and who is over there and who's like, that's none of my business. I just need to make sure that I am mentally stable in a way where I can be everything I need to be for my family, because stress.
Ooh, stress. Stress is a killer for real.
It ain't gonna. It's just not gonna do it. Right? It's just not gonna take you to where you need to be. It's not going to help you to be better. It's not gonna help your health. It's not gonna help your
definitely not helping
your physical body. It's not gonna help your mental health. It's not gonna help anything at all. So for me, instead of sitting and wondering, and social media, it's a good thing. Good platform.
It can be.
It's good for some. But for me, I'm not a big social media person. Because sometimes I go on there and I'm just like, okay, I feel like I just waste an hour doing what?
Scrolling.
I don't know.
Scrolling.
Right?
Scrolling,
so it's like, so
scrolling.
That hour could have been spent with me reading my Bible, reading a good book, reading a cookbook. Maybe try to figure out how to cook something.
Yeah, try to cook something new.
I'm just saying, it's to each their own.
To each their own. No judge. This is a safe space.
So for me, I just know that in order for me to use my time more effectively, social media is not it for me, and I just need to read more book. And focus on me, right? Focus on me. Like, we all have things that we need to do to get ourselves better. We all have things that we need to work on. But sometimes we're so busy
working on something,
worrying about what that other person needs to work on, that we forget about ourselves and that we have so much more that we need to work on. So.
Nice. Nice. I think for me, and I always say, there's a difference between using your time efficiently and using your time effectively. Mm-hmm. Because I could use my time very efficiently and wasting it in doing something. I could pick anything and use my time efficiently. I could efficiently do something horrible, like over and over and over again. And it doesn't make me using my time any more efficient than if it's effective. But for me, I think I would like to pour more time into goals than things that aren't important. And what I mean by that is like, because I have a ton of things that I want to accomplish and a ton of things that I want to do and a lot of different things that I want to see, come to pass for our family, for, the business, for even the podcast, and I'm like, if I allocate my time towards the things that are important. Mm-hmm. The things that I deem important, not what anyone else deems important, but the things that I deem are important for my life, for my family, for where I'm trying to get to, for the legacy that, we're trying to build. I think that would be like the best thing that, I could do with my time to be able to make an impact the way that I want to make an impact and the things that I'm trying to do, to actually see things come to fruition that I'm trying to make come to pass, to actually see, the things that we're trying to accomplish actually, come to fruition, and, just making sure that all the while doing the things that God has called me to do also, and just really looking at those really important things and stressing those things, like really putting and pouring my energy and my time into those things instead of the little things that can sometimes get you distracted, or the things that can get you upset, or the people that just know how, because there's always those people who just know how to rub you the wrong way. And just not giving that energy to those people and those individuals or those situations that just cause you to get off track. I think for me, that's one thing, pouring more time into my goals and the things that I want to accomplish more so than the nonsense. Man, I think I'll get a lot further along than.
Yeah. No, I that's true. That's definitely something that we all need to actually figure out, like, what is it that we can do with our time? How can we make our time more effective?
That's my next question. So how can we as people be more effective with our time? How can we be more effective with our time? Look at that. You just look at that. Look at God just giving you that discernment. Go get him. Go get him. Uh-huh.
No, but I mean, I think you touched on it, as far as like just not stress, the nonsense. And because there's so much things that we could do that can really throw us off. Mm-hmm. But in order for us to make ourselves more effectively, we have to be intentional about like, what are the things that we want to accomplish.
Oh my goodness, can you repeat that? I like that. We have to be intentional about what?
The things that we want to accomplish.
Oh my Lord.
What is it that you want to accomplish? Like,
yes.
I feel like everyone should have at least a 1-year goal, a 2-year, like you should have a goal that you want to accomplish every year. 5 years, 10 years, okay, that's good. But every year you should try to make yourself better. Every year there should be something. I need to get
me a 1-year goal.
No, every year.
No, I'm serious. I didn't even think about that. That's
you got to make it like because if you said, okay, you know what, I'm going to set a goal for 5 years. Okay, 5 years is
that's a long time for real.
Right, it is. So you got to like really make it so that, have a little grace on yourself. Make it so that you can actually accomplish what it is. Like, okay, I love vision boards, right? So I actually have a vision board. I need to work on it. I need to update it.
You
right?
need to update it.
Yes.
Because I seen your vision board.
I need to update it.
That needs to be updated.
Yes. I was like, check.
It's like, so
I
objectives fulfilled.
Yeah. So
New
I need
vision
to
board.
update it. So if you can, like, if you're a visual person like myself, then go ahead, make a vision board. Do something, write it down, put it somewhere where you can
write the vision
see it.
and make it
plain.
Make
it plain, right?
Okay.
Put it somewhere where you could actually see it. And yes, it's a 1-year goal, but guess what? You're gonna work and you're gonna try your best to try to complete that goal. And if the 1 year passed and just didn't get around to it and you didn't complete it, you didn't accomplish it, then okay. It's going to be a goal for the next year.
Yeah, because 1 year actually goes by really quick when you think about it.
It really does. But guess what? It gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something to work towards. Then just not having anything, right? You're just walking blindly. So I do think that it's okay. And, you know, if that's not good enough for you, then you have to sit down with yourself. And I feel like most times people are worried and scared of really sitting down in the quiet with themselves. You know, it's like, oh, it's too quiet. Like, I just
you can't face yourself.
Like, you have to be able to face yourself. If you're home alone, I love my family, but when I'm home alone, like, I feel like I could think. I feel like I could just really like look into myself, hear myself, right? And sometimes that's all you need, right, to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So don't be afraid to face yourself. I think that's all I have.
Nice. Nice. I think with this, I love the goal. I love the goal thing. That setting yearly goals. I think that's dope. I might have to put that into my goal for, like, you know, getting my goal. We coming up on the new year. People like, new year, new me. I'm about to figure out a new goal for the 2023 year. But I really do like that. I like the setting the goals for yourself, because that gives you something to align what you're pouring your time in and what you're trying to accomplish. You know, I think really identifying the things that are important to you is huge. I think that is a very big thing, because when you identify the things that are important to you, then you have kind of like a framework of what you're going to be putting your time into. So if family is important to you, you know, no matter what's going on, you know, you need to make time for family. If you're building a business and that's what's important to you, you know, you're going to make sure that you're putting time into that business. If, you know, you have a ministry that you're really near and dear to and you want to see built, you're going to put time into that ministry. You know, if you have, even if it's just like you're working on, I'm going to work on myself this year. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to go to the gym. You know, I'm going to get a regular workout regimen. You know, you make time for that. And you really identify that as something that's important to you. So once you identify, I feel like that's the first part of being more effective with our time, is really identifying the things that are important to us, that we want to pour that time into. And then after you get that lined up, you're like, all right, these are the things that's most important to me. So anything that's not inside of that realm of what's important to you, you're not going to allocate too much energy to it, because it's not important. It's not something that you're trying to build. It's not something that you're trying to, you know, make better. It's not something that you're trying to accomplish. So why would you waste your time? If this is what I've identified as being important to me, this is what I'm going to pour the majority of my time and energy into, because this is important. This is what I'm trying to build. This is where I'm trying to get to. And then I think after we identify that and we keep those at the forefront, you know, it'll help us to stop putting energy into the wrong things.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that, you know, it's going to be a smooth walk, right?
Oh no, it's gonna be bumpy.
Like, it's gonna be very bumpy. Like, things are gonna come from the left, from the right, and it's gonna try to knock you off your feet. It's gonna throw you off. And you know what? And sometimes we need those distraction, because it's gonna help us to realize, like, is this really important for us? Like, is this a goal that we really want to accomplish? So, and then once you accomplish that goal, you could say, you know what? Oh, thank you, Lord. It was not easy, but look, and honestly, it's going to help you to feel much better, because it's like, wow, I actually got through this. Like, it was rough.
That's how I felt about my master's program.
You know, but
right when you said that, I was like,
but it gives you, honestly, it gives you a whole new meaning. Like, it really does. Like, and it also help you to really, really appreciate what it is that you accomplish even more.
It's true.
Right? So I just think that even though it's not going to be smooth, just keep at it, just keep at it, just keep at it, and just remember. And that's why it's good to have it written down. It's
that's
good
true.
to have it where you could see it, because every time you look at it, like if you like to draw it out. Like every time you look at it, it's gonna remind you.
Even journaling is real good too.
Yes.
I like the journaling piece. You
Yeah.
write down, like you pick a page and you just like, these are my goals for the year, and you have that space where you can turn back to it and be like, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. And you can just check them off as you go along once you set those goals and those things that, you're really trying to accomplish.
And just take one thing at a time. Like, okay, like if you guys are like us, we have tons
there's
of
a lot of
things.
Right? But Rome wasn't built in a day. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Things, but just tackle one thing at a time, right? So say, for instance, you're like, you know what? I have this that I'm trying to accomplish, but then family issues start coming up. Like your kids are sick, like stuff just like that. Stuff just pop up.
Life has a way of just happening.
Yeah, things just pop up that you was not thinking about, that you was not expecting, right? But guess what? Deal with it one thing at a time.
One foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
One piece at a time.
One piece at a time. And a friend of mine said that to me. I was like tackling so much, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm about to explode. And she said to me, she's like, why don't you just think of like just tackle one thing at a time. And once this one is done, then you move on to the next one, and you move on to the next one. But when you try to do everything at once, you're gonna fall apart. Right? So, and I'm going to give you the same advice. One thing at a time. Put one foot in front of the other and just try to go. And that's,
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So we just going to drop them with some final gems. I feel very satisfied with the conversation that we had about this, you know. And so just your final thoughts on how to effectively use your time, get the most out of your time, get the most bang for your buck when it comes to this time thing. Any final thoughts, final gems?
I just want to say, and I know that since we started a podcast, I'm always saying, every so often I'll say, just take it easy on yourself, be gentle with yourself, because I know for me, like sometimes you wanna make everyone happy, right? But you can't make everyone happy, because it doesn't matter what you do. Someone is just not going to be happy.
Nope.
Right?
They're not.
You can live. And I've come to realize that I cannot live my life to please people. Because there's going to be something that you're going to do, and you're trying to please this one, but then you're not pleasing that one. And it's like, what do y'all want me to do, right? So then you find yourself thinking and worrying and stressing. So just be gentle on yourself, and it's okay and that's why it's important to learn how to apologize, right? And not think like, oh, I know it all, because in your doing in the time that you're actually trying to help this one and help that one and please this one and please that one, you may be hurting somebody else, but you don't even know that you're hurting the person. So if the person comes to you and be like, oh, like you did this, and you know what, I'm sorry,
my fault,
I didn't realize I
wasn't even trying to do that,
and just drop it. Right? It's not easy.
You gotta let some things go sometimes, though. But that is true.
Yeah, it's
you
gotta
let
easy.
Some things go sometimes.
Just be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I was gonna say something else, but you know what? Just be easy on yourself. Just be easy on yourself.
All right.
Give yourself a little grace.
A lot of grace. Seriously. And I think that's a really important part, because a lot of times when people say we are our worst critics, it is so
I'm learning.
True. It's like we will grant grace to everyone else but ourselves. So, that is a beautiful point. If I could leave our listeners with one thing, it would be this. We get one of these lives to live. That's it.
Live it.
Listen, seriously, we get one of these to live. So we really have to really take time to appreciate those things that are important. Appreciate the people you have in your life that are important to you. For me, my family is the world to me. Appreciate the people you have in your life that you love, that you know you couldn't live without. Appreciate those people. If you have children, you only get to be a parent once. Make those memories. Build those memories. Build those memorable experiences with spouses, with children, with nieces and nephews, with siblings, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's all said and done. There's no going back. There's no reset button. So we have to live this life appreciating the people that we have in it. And I think that one's important because sometimes we take the people that we have around us for granted. And then it's not until they're gone that we're like, man, I wish. So appreciate those you have in your life. That is very important. Put energy into the things that you want to see happen in your life. Don't give energy to nonsense. Don't give energy to people who cause you to just not be your best self, who try to take you out of your character. It's not even worth it. Put the energy into the things that are important to you and don't waste time on things that aren't going to be beneficial to where you're trying to get to.
Yeah, and it's not easy.
It's not. No, it's
really
not.
Not easy. But like what we're saying is so true. And as we're talking to you all, like it's also for us. Just especially when you have children, like yes, the teenage years.
Oh my gosh.
Are something else that really tests.
They're a doozy.
It tests you, right? It really tests you to see how strong you are, and it tests everything inside of you.
I'm like, Jesus,
those teenage years,
these teenagers.
If you have children, right?
It's true.
But one thing I know is that when they act like they're not listening, they're listening.
They are.
So even though sometimes like you just want to like rip their head off,
you want to hit them with the Homer Simpson with the bark,
but like find that little place deep down inside of you where you could say, I love you.
Yeah, they're still your babies. Even when they start acting crazy, they still your babies,
Just don't, listen, I love you goes such a long way.
It does.
Say it even when it's hard for you to say it. In the moment. When
true.
It's hard, just still say it. Because those words means a lot. When you don't say it, it really does damage. So find anything. Go dig deep down and find a way to say.
Find an I love you in there.
I love you to your children. No matter what. Find a way. Even the ones who they block you. They don't want to hear you. Even a text. I love you. If you're friends with them on social media or whatever, send them a message. I love you. Find a way.
Yeah.
To tell them. I don't care if they're 50 years old.
That go for family too.
Yes.
That go for family too.
I love you. It goes a long way.
It does.
I love y'all.
We love y'all. Nah, we do though. We
love you.
We love and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. Everything we're doing, you can go check out on our website, 3roadscollide.com. And don't forget, death and life is in the power of your tongue. So make sure you speak life. We love y'all. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
And we will see you soon.
See you soon.
Blessings.
Blessings.